les da la más cordial bienvenida a esta ceremonia inaugural del Seminario Internacional Medición de la Distribución de Ingreso y la Desigualdad. Preside en este acto el doctor Enrique Grauer, rector de la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México. El doctor Enrique de Alba, vicepresidente de la Junta de Gobierno del INEGI. El doctor Rolando Cordera Campos, coordinador del Programa Universitario de Estudios de Desarrollo de la UNAM y profesor emérito de la Facultad de Economía. El maestro Mario Luis Fuentes Alcalá, integrante de la Junta de Gobierno de la UNAM. La doctora Verónica Ofelia Villares Perreyes, directora del Instituto de Investigaciones
Economic Research Institute.
Y el doctor
Carlos Guerrero de Lizardi, Chief of the Postgraduate Studies Division at the Faculty of Economics, UNAM. We also welcome the guests from INEGI, the academia, and students from the faculties of Economics and people from the Institute of Economic Research Center. So to everyone, we extend the warmest welcome today. To begin with this ceremony, we pass the microphone to Dr. Rolando Cordera Campos. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. To our Dean, thank you very much for accompanying us today in this inauguration ceremony of the International Seminar on the Measurement of Income Distribution and Inequality. Dear Enrique de Alba, welcome. Verónica, María Luis, Carlos, to all of you, welcome. So it's up to me to start with the first remarks. I would like to start congratulating me and congratulating us for having brought this project to realization. We started with this event several months ago through an initiative of INEGI. And here we are today. We started to plan this event in the middle of a controversy, if you may, a controversy regarding the criteria, the methods, the purposes of the social measurement of an indicator as this one, income distribution. And, well, because of this controversy, luckily, now joint efforts are being made between the institutions who are responsible for reporting us, Mexican citizens, about the state of the nation as far as poverty is concerned, as well as life standards, and the distribution of the fruits of growth. So today we are getting ready to share hypotheses, findings, viewpoints about what President Obama has described not long ago as the decisive matter of our times, inequality. Now we are very much aware of what inequality implies. And the main institutions of the international arena, which are also at stake here, the International Monetary Fund, and secondly, the World Bank, they're all considering inequality as one of the main concerns of those institutions, so as to try to find order to our current situation, our current world. So we care about this deeply. We're paying close attention. so as to be able to reach excellence in terms of our measuring, but we also care deeply, and in my personal case, especially care about how to go into a deep understanding of the quality, the dynamics of this phenomenon. Why, how is this evolving in our societies, in the country and around the world? And why and how are we going to regard and understand human activities, how this is affecting it, shaping it, or perhaps even hindering it in the implications of inequality? We also wonder where is the ethic, moral commitment, the political understanding that we can get from our understanding that stems from it, so as to truly come up with a strategy that is able to combine technical progress, economic growth, and equality for the inequalities, to face inequality, supersede it, overcome it, and reach new platforms of our social living together, considering the current circumstances that are between a rock and a hard place because of how advanced societies are reacting to the current circumstances. The most advanced societies, the ones are lagging behind. So this is the crossroad of our current seminar. And I believe it is worth mentioning and ask our speakers, and we should all be asking this question ourselves. How can we come up with the middle and long-run perspectives that include in an explicit way this moral, political, ethic commitment that we have to overcome a set of circumstances that, as I said in the beginning, is something that is ailing the whole world and is calling upon all world leaders, the intellectual leaders, the academia, society as a whole. We are all called upon to come up with new visions, new methods, to interpret those indicators, to come up with new methods, policies, and strategies. So, dear friends and colleagues who are attending these seminars, to all of you, we extend the warmest welcome, and I wish all of us a great deal of success in the discussion. And I must say, taking advantage that we have Enrique de Alba and the team with us here, let's hope that this is just one of many times in which INEGI and UNAM, through the Institute of Economic Research, the Faculty of Economics, and the Program for Development Studies get together to have this conversation, exchange viewpoints, discuss, analyze, disagree maybe, but finally reach productive agreements, positive agreements. Thank you, everyone. We now pass the floor to Dr. Enrique de Alba. Good morning, everybody. Bear with me a second. It is a great reason of satisfaction, personal satisfaction, for me to participate in this seminar that is jointly managed by INEGI and the University Program of Economic Development Program of UNAM. My dear alma mater, I always feel very pleased to come back to UNAM. Measurement of income distribution and inequality is our subject matter. So, to all of the members of the Presidium, I say good morning, especially Enrique Grauer and Rolando Cordera, coordinator of the University Program of Development Studies, to whom I thank the institutional collaboration for organizing this event. And to the rest of the members of the Presidium and to all of the participants, the attendees, welcome and thank you. Measuring income distribution and inequality is, as I said, the subject matter of our seminar, and as you are all very much aware of, is key to understand the social and economic dynamics of a country. Countries require reliable information sources that are usually based on household surveys, such as we do here in Mexico and many other countries. Nevertheless, as we have discussed privately and publicly, there's yet not a single consensus for us to understand what the best measurement would imply. Therefore, it is important for us to compare and contrast the different methodologies to assess their weaknesses and strengths, and therefore reach agreements about the best way to do the statistical analysis of income distribution indicators and thus measure inequality as well. The design and follow-up of public policies meant to combat poverty ought to be based on high-quality information that truly reflects in the most accurate way what reality is like. Thus, the relevance of the subjects that will be discussed during this seminar, such as the limitations of statistical sources that are usually applied to represent income distribution, identifying the main sources and methodologies to obtain the best possible description of what income distribution looks like for a certain society, establishing the foundations to reach agreements and come up with recommendations to build a better description of income distribution. On behalf of INEGI and UNAM, I thank all of the participants for their presence, and as the doctor has already said, I wish you the best of luck in the activities of this seminar during the next few days. Thank you very much and congratulations. We now listen to the official declaration of inauguration of Enrique Grauer, the director, the dean of the National Autonomous University of Mexico. Welcome to this very cold morning of the month of November. Thank you. So let's see. Let's analyze the situation for a little while. We have the vice president of the governing board of INEGI here. Enrique, welcome. We have with us the director of the Economic Development Study Center and Dr. Guerrero with us from the Faculty of Economics. And we have with us two members of the Development Studies program. So we have with us the main players who can come up with the right set of academic conditions for us to discuss poverty and income distribution in our country. And yes, it is quite relevant for us to discuss this, as Dr. Cordera has already pointed out. In Mexico, we have 55.3 million inhabitants who are living in poverty. 1/3 of the population is living under very vulnerable conditions. 35 million Mexicans are lagging behind in educational terms. 6 out of every 10 young people can have access to a place in the middle education system, and 3 out of every 8 of those between the ages of 18 and 22 have access to higher education studies. So yes, there's an enormous inequality in this country. We are ranking 108 out of the 113 countries that were analyzed in terms of inequality levels. So yes, this is a very painful subject which requires an urgent solution. Dr. Rolando Cordera could say, to find a new platform of that social environment we are aspiring to get, measuring this inequality, measuring poverty, and measuring it correctly is of the utmost importance for this country. And it is important because it will be the only way in which we'll be able to draft the right public policies to close the gap. And it is under this framework that we meet. In June, INEGI proposed to come up with new methodologies to measure poverty. And this is when the controversy between INEGI and Coneval emerged. A disagreement that ended up in the agreement of creating a technical task force to analyze those differences. In September, the group met for the first time, and the group agreed to include other experts in the discussion and other academic institutions. And if you look at the program that is presented today, you see a reflection of that. We have all of the important actors of higher public education institutions, the people who have a say in the discussion to do it right. But it is also a moral, ethical, political, economic responsibility to be able to correctly measure poverty, as Dr. Cordera mentioned. So this seminar is inserted in this process. We need to pause and discuss how to measure the distribution of wealth and the inequality of this country. This seminar has a very clear objective. It will review and ratify and explain the differences found in the proposed methodologies. It also has the purpose of finding possible explanations to those differences and to place them in a context to be able to do historical comparisons. So this is the beginning of how we will debate income distribution methodologies and propose the relevant changes that are necessary to the way in which we currently do it. That is why for the National Autonomous University of Mexico and for the General Director Office, it is such an honor to inaugurate a seminar like this that will help us reach new conclusions to guide our country towards a better equality condition, social condition. And without further ado, I formally inaugurate the seminar. I congratulate the organizers at 9:18 a.m. November 16, 2016. I officially declare the International Seminar on the Measurement of Poverty and Social Inequality officially declared. Congratulations, everyone.